Hey guys, today I've decided to do a bit different video today. I've decided to do a custom tour. I wanted to do this because I've been through some of my old customs recently and I realized that there's several that I kind of want to redo because I'm just like not happy with them anymore. So I thought I'd do like one final showcase of like all the customs I've made over the years before I did that. And if you have any suggestions for the ones that I mentioned that I want to redo on like maybe different breeds I could do, then please let me know down in the comments. I've gathered like all the customs I could find. There's some I've sold I don't think I have pictures of anymore. And there's probably some that just got thrown in with all my normal figures that I just haven't found. But I think I found like the vast majority of them. And I put them in like chronological order of when I did them. I don't think it's perfect order because for some of the older ones I just cannot remember exactly when I did them, but for the most part they're in order. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is my first ever custom Domunski Zamai. He originally started out as just a black growling wolf because I just really wanted a black growling wolf for the series I was making. But then I also added like horns to him at some point and a tail, which I think either one of the horns just broke off or I took it off and then just didn't take the other one off. I mean, it could be either because the clay I used at this point was like really fragile. He's really just a basic black wolf. Like I just painted him black. There's not really a lot to him. And he's definitely one I want to redo because I just don't really have a use for him anymore. And I'd like to be able to use him in something eventually. The next I did is an albino lynx, Vita, that has a lot of scars. She's a pretty basic custom too, but I still like her overall, and I would use her again in something, so I don't think I'm gonna change her. Next I made is Exolotl, who I originally made to be in a giveaway, and then I just decided that I didn't want to get rid of him. I think I used him in a short film at some point. I basically just sculpted like a longer tail on him, and I think I made his feet bigger because they were really small and he could barely stand. Oh yeah, and I also changed his ears. Honestly, I still like this custom though, and I don't think I'm gonna change anything about him. He's just a one-off custom that I use sometimes. Next is this wolf I made who I don't think has a name, but I made her like, I think for a subscriber special maybe? I don't know, she's just gray with like a lot of weird dot markings that I'm not sure I really like anymore, and also this earring is just a random piece of wire that has a hair stuck to it. If I can focus, maybe? But she's definitely one I think I'd want to change because I just don't really like the markings anymore, and I really haven't used her since I made her. Next I have is Tula, who I think I used in an episode of one of my series at the time. She used to have a sword attached with a rubber band, but the rubber band got so old that it just disintegrated and broke off. Her hair is kind of bad, like the sculpting's kind of bad, but I don't know. I still like her and I'm not gonna change her.
Hello.
Next I have is a red husky custom that I made, who I gave emo hair. Which I like this custom. I think she turned out pretty well. She was made during a time when it was like a trend to put like all emo hair on your wolves. But like it kind of makes her hard to film with in like a normal series. And I'm not sure that I really like the hair on her anymore. I guess kind of the same with Tula. So she might be going bald very soon. Next is my channel mascot, Glow, who's just a gray snow leopard with like green markings and a feather. I could maybe fix her eyes because they're a bit wonky, but everything else I like about her, and I think she turned out pretty well. Next is this figure that I bought off of Etsy and decided to paint one day. She has a little, the feather's coming off. She has a little feather thing attached to her ears, and I don't know if I really like how the eyes turned out. They're kind of big, but like there was no eye imprints for me to go off of, so I just kind of had to guess. But overall, the markings aren't too bad. The yellow kind of looks worse on camera, but I don't know, I might try to redo her eyes someday. They're kind of... Next is a custom I did of my cat when she passed away. I had like 4 of this cat model at the time, and they really look like her, and I really just wanted to make like a memorial kind of thing for her, so I definitely won't be changing this anytime soon. Next is this Blue Point Siamese custom I tried to make. I like rushed this custom a lot because I was trying to make, I think this is for a Halloween thing I made, and I was trying to film that the same night, so I just kind of rushed her, and I don't know, the paint's kind of sloppy, so I might try and redo that sometime. Next is another one of my channel mascots, Alari, who is a black dog with like some faint red markings as well, and a lot of white spots on her leg and her ear. And I think she turned out pretty well still. I like her eyes, and her ears are pretty cute, so I'm not changing anything about her. Next is this saber-toothed tiger custom I made, which you can kind of see a few white spots that I didn't get on her very well, but overall it's not bad. Though the original teeth were like way too big for her, so I re-sculpted them, but then I never ended up painting them. So it just looks like she has 2 giant cavities right now. So I should probably finish painting her soon. Next I have is Aubergine, who is just a purple tiger. I do not remember what possessed me to make her purple, but I also made a kid version of her that was like a cheetah. I ended up selling it, but I don't know. I really don't know why I made her this weird purple, but her name's Aubergine. She has another earring that needs replaced because it's just a piece of wire. Overall, not that bad for a purple tiger, though. Next is my first Kitsune custom. Not Kitsune, I pronounced that wrong for the entirety of the His Dark Plan series. I'm sorry, I just learned that year that I pronounced that wrong when my friend called me dumb, but he is the first one I ever made with the really fragile clay, because I remember like that very last episode I filmed, his tail broke off and you can kind of see it, and I had to fix that, but he is my son. I love this custom so much, and I would not change anything about him. Next are another couple of Kitsune customs. There's a ton of them I'm gonna go into, but this is Tengoku and his baby version, which the fake blood I used stained the Mod Podge, and I never fixed that. So now he just has weird pink stains on him, but otherwise, pretty nice custom. Next is, I think his name is Kasai or something. I still like how I did the tails, and I really like his hair. He's just a nice fire kitsune, and that's all I have to say about him. Next is his sister Yama, who is a mountain kitsune, and overall I think she's still pretty good too. I don't think I'd change anything about her. Next is this giant time kitsune. For like size comparison, here's the last one. He's really big for some reason, I don't know. I don't think I was expecting him to be this big, but I just kind of had to go with it at that point. He has like the most tails out of all of them I had to make, and I like sculpted clocks on the bottom of them, and a bunch of like symbols around him. Honestly, still pretty good. The gray into the green isn't that bad, so I wouldn't change anything about him either. Next is the River Kitsune, who I cannot remember her name, but I think she's one of my favorites out of all of them. I really like the blues. And yeah, I just think she's still really pretty. Next I made is Umi, who is an ocean kitsune. I like how I made the tails like waves and that she has like little fish markings. Honestly, I think I'm still happy with like all of the kitsune customs. I don't think I'd change anything about them. Next I made is Angaku, who is a music kitsune and has a bunch of like little music notes all around him. He's a Fennec Fox model. Not gonna lie, his eyes, he kind of looks like an alien a bit because of his like giant green eyes, but I still think he's really cute. Next is the Spirit Kitsune, whose markings are pretty light and like kind of hard to see, but I like how I made his other tails look like kind of spirit whiffs. And yeah, he's still pretty good. And lastly, the last kitsune is the Earth Kitsune. I don't really care for like his leaf hair on the back. He could definitely do without that. Or if I wanted to go with that, I could have made more. But overall, he's still pretty good. Not my favorite, but still pretty good. Okay, I lied. There's actually one more. I forgot that Della was the Thunder Kitsune. She's pretty basic. I just kind of wanted to make her look like a kind of a storm cloud with lightning markings. But like, I showed her to my brother one day and he said the yellow on her legs kind of looks like pee, and now I can't get that out of my head. Next I made is this like half and half wolf who I did not paint inside her mouth or nose, and she just looks unfinished. She's supposed to be like a de-winged wolf, like she had wings but they got torn off, which was like her backstory, but I honestly kind of hate this custom and I really want to redo her. Like the half and half isn't like a bad concept, but I don't know, I just don't like her. Something needs to change. Next I have is this like mythical snow leopard custom, who I still really like. Her eyes are cool, they're just like a dark green with a light green on top. And I like how her markings turned out, and her folded wings look pretty cool. Don't use her very much because, yeah, she's just a really colorful mythic thing. I don't know, I still really like her. I almost completely forgot about Kendra, who is a like snow leopard eagle griffin custom. I kind of wish I put better fur detail on the tail, and probably her ears too, but overall she still looks pretty good and I like her. Next up is Chaos, who I don't think I've ever given like an actual showcase to. He's basically like half nature and then half metal. He has like a flower tail, some like different arms on top, and also like a robot eye coming out. I don't know, he's really weird, but I like him honestly. Don't remember why I made him, but I think it was just a random idea I had, but I still think he's pretty cool. Not sure if these really count, but I'm gonna count them anyway because I use them as figures. But basically, this is a figure that I sculpted for Leopard of the Ice. This is like Mountain Ghost. and he only got used a little bit, but I spent a ton of time on him. The fur detailing took forever, and I still think he's really good. Though I think now I could definitely do the legs better because they look a little wonky, but that also might be because of the position. But overall, he's still a good figure that I made.
Hi.
This is the other figure that I made for Leopard of the Ice. I think I did a little bit better on a couple of the legs, but I don't like her face detailing as much. I think I could have probably done a little better on that. But overall, she's still pretty cool. And also the fur detailing on this one took another 5 years, so... Moving on, we have the man himself, Kieran. Won't focus on him. But he was the main villain and in my Warrior Cat series. Still love this guy and one of the better eyes that I painted. And here are the little baby versions I painted of Kieran and his brother Nine, which was really hard to do because these are extremely tiny. And you can kind of tell because the stripes on him are really big because I could not get them any smaller. Don't really know how I ended up painting the eyes, but still really cute. Next is a random wolf custom that I made. His name is Ikanga, and he's going to be in a wolf pack series I'm gonna make soon. As soon as I finish writing it, once I get over my writer's block, basically. But I like his face details a lot. Everything else kind of meh, but I like the face markings. Next is Valentine, who I think is the Safari Ltd coyote, but I made him into a wolf. And he's kind of recent. One of my more recent customs. Don't know if I redid his eyes or not, but I like his little markings. I think he looks good still. Next is a black wolf, Arden, who is in the same music video as Valentine. He has like a little gray markings on his tail that I think look nice. And there's also his baby version. Definitely a better black wolf after Demunsky's Amai. Please stay. Okay. Next is a little pup I made. Her name... Well, actually, I can't say her name. It's a spoiler for the series, but she has a mix of, like, gray, black, and cream markings. Overall, pretty cute pup. Next is Novalee, who will also be in the same series. Yes, she is supposed to be missing part of her tail. I can't tell if I redid the eyes. There's a few of them I just liked how the eyes were and did not touch them. She's a cream wolf with like a few brown markings, and I honestly really like how the markings turned out. And I am excited to use her. Next is another red wolf custom I made, who is definitely very red. I think he's the Collect A Husky, and I just like sculpted his tail down so he'd look more wolf-like. He has a few light markings. He's pretty cool, I like how he turned out. Next I have Benani, who was my very first head swap custom I did. He's the Safari Ltd maned wolf body, and then I sculpted the newer like growling wolf head onto him. And honestly, I think I got the seam pretty good. You can't really tell. Also, I had to sculpt like half of his mane back on, and I think it turned out pretty well. I think I also extended his muzzle, but I don't know. Overall, I think he looks really cool. Lastly, we have Ruby Eye. He gets called that because of his one red eye. He is the other head sculpt that I made. I think the head sculpt definitely turned out better on Banani, but it looks pretty good on him too. He just has the main wolf head on the growling wolf body, which I also ended up sculpting one of his ears down. And I think I gave like the one leg an extension, and then I kind of bulked these up because they were really small and just did not go with him. And I also forgot to mention that he also has a mask. It was originally supposed to be for Banani, but I made it on the wrong head, so it's his now. And that is basically all my customs. I honestly thought that I'd have more because I've been doing this for several years, but I don't do them that often. I do not have a ton of money for customs. So I mainly just do it when like I get a double or something, or I need it for a series. But right now I have another maned wolf that I ended up with that I'm gonna customize into something, and I have a bunch of like fake like cats that I'm gonna try to customize. So hopefully I get to work on those soon. If you have any ideas that I could do to like maybe fix or improve any of the ones that I mentioned, please let me know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.